The fire has grown leaps and bounds. What you see behind me is typical. How you doing?
Pretty bad.
I think the qualities that define leadership are people that know how to get out of the way. To teach by example, empower people with the tools to succeed. One of the points of good leadership is making sure that you give people a chance to be heard and to contribute what they know. We have a lot of smart people and we want to leverage their knowledge and their experience, so everybody can weigh in. So was it even mentioned in legal status? Maybe that's the story. When you don't give people a chance to take the lead, that they're always kind of behind you, at some point you have to let them move forward and just be supportive. I'm one of those people it's hard for me to let go, and that's been something that I struggle with as a leader sometimes, is wanting to control everything. Well, you can't control everything, and that's the reason that we bring people along. That's the reason we nurture them. Good leadership should be more nurturing. We talk about diversity. Sometimes it's more than racial and ethnic. Sometimes it's just diversity of life experiences, and it's really, really important to who we are and how we present ourselves in the news. Part of my job is being one of the leaders in the room. I'm one of the senior folks on the broadcast. I'm part of the decision-making process as to what we report, how we report it, how we utilize the right correspondent for the right story.
Right now on MSNBC. Good evening, everyone, from the Tokyo Olympics. Good evening, everyone, from London, live in Israel. Our full coverage in Paris. Welcome back to Nightly News Kids Edition. I'm Lester Holt, and this is Dateline. Here are some resilient folks. Let me give you a hint.
The thing about being a reporter, a journalist, is you want to be where the story is. We are driven by that desire, that need to be there and be able to witness a story and tell it firsthand. I tell people that want to get in this business, know that it will have an impact on your personal life. News doesn't happen on your convenient schedule. This is a business where the news comes first. My wife and I were vacationing in Barcelona, and the nuclear disaster occurred in Japan. There was an earthquake.
Chaos as residents tried to dodge bricks and glass crashing to the ground.
A reactor at a nuclear plant was damaged.
If the cooling system is interrupted, the fuel can overheat, melt, and release a large amount of radioactivity.
And I called in. I said, hey, I'm in Europe right now, and they said, great. And next thing I know, I was on a plane to Japan. It happens.
It's Sunday morning here in Tokyo, which, though far from the epicenter, is still feeling the occasional aftershock.
There are days that are incredibly stressful in what we do. Ripping up the show and changing at the last minute. It's part of the excitement, but it also can weigh on you and be very stressful and anxiety-inducing.
I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate.
I was selected to moderate the 2016 presidential debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Why are you a better choice than your opponent to create the kinds of jobs that will put more money into the pockets of American workers?
Well, thank you, Lester.
Incredibly stressful. There was a lot of discussion about how I would do, and there was a lot of eyes, a lot of attention on me.
How specifically are you going to tell American manufacturers that you have to come back?
Well, for one thing...
During those days, I would literally close the door here and try to meditate and try to focus. The pressure is on in so many ways, but the pressure is really on in terms of being able to come on the air and be as authoritative, knowledgeable as you possibly can, especially when you're doing breaking news and things are unfolding in real time and you're hearing them for the first time, along with the audience, that just take your breath away.
Local desk chopper for. We're like right over top of it right now. Copy.
I remember the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre. We had reports that there was a shooting at the school.
Can't confirm exactly what is taking place down there on the ground right now.
We didn't have a lot of information about who or if anyone had been hurt.
We're coming on the air from New York with word of a school shooting at an elementary school in Fairfield County, Connecticut.
I was out with the correspondent. He said, Lester, I'm just hearing. And he gave the numbers of deaths of little children.
We understand that many children may have been shot, perhaps at least 20.
And I always remember them getting emotional now. I always remember that moment of like, what? And that moment of like, I need a moment here to carry on, because, it's a very, very human experience.
It's hard, Pete, not to feel angry and not to feel sick at what we're witnessing here, and
it's okay to sometimes emote. It's okay sometimes to show a little human emotion because it makes you real.
Still to come on the Channel 2 News.
I was really learning on the job I never had formal training as a reporter. I've been blessed to have a lot of mentors, a lot of people that surrounded me and helped me on my climb up. Those people were instrumental in my life in terms of helping me understand my path and, you know, what this calling was all about.
3, 2, 3.
We're following some breaking news right now. Let's get this late update.
This is a calling, what we do. You have to really want to do this and really believe in what we do. We are a pillar of democracy. Part of what we do requires bravery and standing up for principles of journalism.
Thank you for watching, everyone. I'm Lester Holt. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.